Hello, everyone. And I just want to first say happy International Women's Day to all the ladies. I already made like 45 posts, but for those of you who are watching and are seeing me for the first time today, I just want to honor you today. I respect you, I love you, and I'm celebrating you. But on today's live, we're going to be talking about Mercury retrograde, what that means, and how it can affect you. And I changed topics this week because I was on the social yesterday as a guest, and they were talking about Mercury retrograde, and they had very polarized opinions about Mercury retrograde, how it's like some of them thought it was absolute bullshit, and then others were very open-minded and about, using it as a tool to maybe gain better awareness in your life. Nonetheless, today I'm going to give you I'm going to just teach you what Mercury retrograde is, because I'm sure you've seen it on your Instagram, like, what is this? And why is everyone saying like Mercury retrograde and they're all freaking out on their memes? Some do's and don'ts and how it can affect you and just things to be mindful of, okay? And a few examples of what happened in my life during Mercury retrograde. So anyways, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a little woo-woo, but it's still going to be rooted in reality. That's what I really want you to take away. It's just a tool to help you have better awareness about what might be going on in your life, but it doesn't mean that we can just blame the planets, right? Because that can be dangerous. So basically, Mercury retrograde, so the planet Mercury rules communication, it rules technology, and it rules travel, okay? So that's what its purpose is. However, Mercury goes into retrograde about 3 to 4 times a year. And what that actually means is the planet, when it's orbiting Earth, it appears to slow down as if it's going backwards, but it's really not. It's just an illusion of how it's orbiting. But when it goes backwards, or in this retrograde period, it tends to, the energies tend to kind of affect Earth in the realms of communication, travel, and technology, because that's the planet, that's what Mercury rules, okay? So during this time, these are certain things to maybe be mindful of, or what you can expect. So technology going a little wonky. One Mercury retrograde, my iPhone just died. Like, it just stopped working. And again, we can say, is that a correlation, or is that directly a result of Mercury? I don't know, but again, it's really important to back up your phone, back up your computer. I have to do this. I've been procrastinating this. And emails can go like awry, and certain things when it comes to technology might not go through. Like, I remember I had appointments that were confirmed just all of a sudden disappear during the Mercury retrograde period. So technology can get a little glitchy. In terms of travel, expect delays, expect greater delays, especially if you're taking flights. Just be cautious when you're driving, because there could be more accidents, or I don't want to say that that's like a fact. I'm just saying there could just be delays in your, and I know I have to get on the laptop back up. Oh my God, it's terrible. So in flights are huge. So I was traveling in Portugal in the summertime, and every single one of our flights, I'm not even shitting you, and we had connecting flights. We were traveling to Portugal, and I think we took several flights within Portugal. Every single one of them were delayed. That was 8 flights in total. It got a little tiring, but again, it was just, be mindful, give yourself more time, and just maybe space out your schedule, because I feel for me personally, every time there's a Mercury retrograde, there's so many more delays, especially when it comes to my travel. So again, you can't just be like, oh, sorry guys, I was late because it's all Mercury's fault. No, use this as a tool and use this as an awareness that things might be delayed. So give yourself more time. We still got to be responsible. We still got to pay our bills. We still got to be like a human being, You can't just blame shit all the time. But I get it's fine. I'm guilty of it. So travel's huge. Okay, so just give yourself some extra time and expect delays. And then communication. So I really want to hone in on a communication. People can get easily triggered by you during this stage, and your communication might not land the way you intend it to land with other people. So just be very mindful of how you're communicating with people, and be very mindful before you react when someone says something to you, because again, people's communications can be really heated during this Mercury retrograde period. And like, don't be sending things or posting things in the heat of the moment. Just double, triple check your messages, your emails, because wires can get easily crossed during this period, and people tend to get a lot of, I guess, triggered or disagreement, or I don't even want to say conflict, but just disconnect, especially in communication. Because again, Mercury is the planet that rules our communication. Another thing about Mercury retrograde season is that people from your past, so Mercury is not all bad. Like, we get to look at life however we want. So you could look at things as hard, you could look at things as easy. You could look at this Mercury retrograde thing as, oh my God, like, let's just hide in our condo and like not go in a car and like not take a plane or whatever that is. Also contracts. If you're signing contracts, again, any forms of communication or written agreements, double, triple check things this time. So it's not saying that you can't start something new, or you can't sign a contract, or you can't take up on a new opportunity. It just means be really mindful of what like the, I guess, requirements are or the expectations are, so no one's confused afterwards. It's just, I don't know, during this time things just get a little wonky, okay? I've signed contracts, I've signed new things, and I haven't regretted it. Like, I had to buy a new phone. When my phone broke, I wasn't gonna be like, oh, sorry, let me just wait 2 weeks till Mercury retrograde's over before I sign a new contract, because it has to do with the realm of communication. Like, no, like, that's what I mean when people take it a little too far. It's just something to be mindful of. Like, and I just asked a lot of questions. I was probably in Bell for an hour asking them all the questions in the contract, because I'm like, I'm not getting screwed like I did last time for Apple insurance. So I really want to make sure what I'm signing up for. And again, it all comes back to how can you be the most responsible in any time of your life, but especially maybe during this time of Mercury when things can get a little murky. Yeah, so back to my point. I just want to make sure that was in. People from your past can come in, and that typically means people, lovers, okay? I'm not like some love guru expert. I'm just letting you know that during this time, people from your past tend to come back into your life. And that's why I don't think Mercury's retrograde is all bad. I actually look forward to it for several reasons. Sometimes I would be shocked if if each and every one of us was able to say that, oh yeah, I'm complete with all the people in my past. Like, there's no loose strings. Highly unlikely. So sometimes Mercury retrograde, it's a gift if certain people come back in your past, whether that's a lover, or whether that's a friend, or whether that's just someone that you've been thinking about, that there's some incompleteness in your space with them. And I think it's important to get complete with people. And I've had, maybe ex-lovers or I don't want to say ex-lovers or past lovers or partners and friends come up that I haven't been in communication with for a long time, come into my life during Mercury retrograde periods where I was able to maybe say something that I always want to say, or just get complete on something. So I can move on with my life and they can move on with our life. Because if we keep hanging on to the past energetically, that keeps us still stuck in the past. And sometimes it can be really hard to move forward if we don't just tie the loose energetic ends in our past. So don't look at it as a bad thing. Look at it as a good thing for you to complete whatever there is to complete, so you can move forward in your life. So that's all I want to say. I think I always look forward to it because I was able to forgive people, or I was able to ask for forgiveness or get clarity on things, and I always left feeling better. So don't be afraid of it, and don't. It's maybe just an opportunity for you to have that completeness. Also, Mercury retrograde periods are great for creativity. So things tend to slow down. And what I mean by slow down is maybe you're in flow and things seem to be on like slow motion in life. And you're like, why is this taking forever? It's like that feeling of like things just aren't moving, or there's delays. Use it as an opportunity. Again, Mercury retrograde is a perfect opportunity to expand your creativity and to get into alignment. And for those of you who follow me, you know I'm obsessed about alignment. That is the core, that is the foundation of what I do when I'm helping women, and even in my upcoming mastermind. Like, alignment is key. It's fundamental, because if you're not in alignment with your life and you're doing things and you're taking actions, you're not going to be creating what you really want to be creating, and you're wasting a lot of time and energy doing the shit that you don't want to do. So Mercury retrograde is a perfect opportunity for things to slow down in your life and for you to reflect and say, am I really in alignment? And it gives you an opportunity to get really clear on what you want and what you don't want. So embrace this slow motion delayed periods, because it's actually serving you, whether you want to believe it or not, or whether it feels that way or not. But try to look at it from that perspective, because I honestly feel like when we're in alignment, and I focus more on business and helping you be in alignment with your business, but it doesn't matter if you're in alignment with your relationships, if you're in alignment with your health, if you're in alignment with your own personal relationship. Mercury retrograde is a perfect opportunity for that. So I don't want you to get all scared about the delays and the tech glitches and all that stuff. Like, sure, that's the one aspect to be mindful of, but really embrace this slow period to help you get realigned and re-clear. Am I really, and I would ask yourself those questions. Am I in alignment with my career or in my job? Even if you're doing what you love, are you really showing up? Are you really showing up fully? Are you really showing up fully in your relationships? So I would ask yourself, like, how do you see yourself? Like, how do you envision yourself in your career? How do you envision yourself in your relationships? How do you envision your own personal self with like your fitness or your health? And ask yourself, how are you currently showing up right now? And who you are right now to who you envision or you intend to be, is that in alignment? And then what's missing for you? What are things that you're stuck with, or what are some of the blocks that you're facing? What are some of your fears? And then I would ask yourself, well, how are you going to, what actions are you going to take to address that? Are you going to sign up for a gym? Are you going to go on some online dating app to find your soulmate? Are you gonna like get some support when it comes to your business? So it ain't all bad, okay? So I don't know, for those of you who are watching, does that give you some clarity? Or I don't know, any of you know what Mercury retrograde is? This is the first time for you hearing Mercury retrograde. I'm just curious, so you let me know as I hydrate myself. You can leave a comment. And because I want to be really woo-woo today, I thought I would pick a card from one of my many oracle decks. This is Work Your Light by Rebecca Campbell. She wrote a book, Light is the New Black, I think. So this is for like all the light worker people who feel like they're here to like heal the world. If that speaks to you, this is a really great deck to use. So I'm just gonna draw a card for all of you, because I think cards are fun. Again, like, don't take them as face value, just take them as like a guide to explore your intuition. So if a card comes up, it always is a prompt for me to be like, oh, what does that mean to me? I don't take it as face value necessarily. I think that can be really dangerous, because again, you have to blend the soul with the strategy when it comes to anything in your life, because everything is healthy in its appropriate moderation. Thank you for letting me know that, Jen. I appreciate it. So I'm just shuffling the deck here, and then I'm gonna pull some cards for you, because like, why not? I just want to. Oh, so this card came up. Yes. So I guess for those of you who are wondering if you should do something, if you should pursue something, the answer is yes. This is AKA the sign you've been waiting for. So that's really great, because I needed that clarity too for something. And then I'm going to pick another card. This card is Akasha. Akasha is like where like all our soul stories or records are stored into. I know this is getting real woo-woo, but it says your guidance is divinely guided. So really what that means is like you're getting the sign, whatever you're contemplating about and you're conflicted, you got the yes, go for it, do it, explore it, whatever that is for you. And then lastly, your guidance is divinely guided. So pay attention to the signs. Pay attention to someone using the same words. Pay attention to numbers. Pay attention to books that people keep saying. Pay attention, and it's not a coincidence. Coincidences are incidences that coincide. Okay? That's what I believe in. That's just my perspective again. Take whatever you want. Leave whatever doesn't serve you. And again, as a little recap about Mercury retrograde, it's an illusion that the planet's going backwards. And really the most important areas to be mindful of is communication, is travel, and technology. And it's also a great time to get clear, to expand on your creativity, and to get in alignment and clear about where you want to be in other certain areas of your life, like I mentioned, relationships, fitness, and business, and how you're showing up right now, and what are you going to do to close that gap? What are some actions that you can take? All right, everyone, you have a lovely day. And to all my ladies again, I love you. I support you. Happy Women's Day. Go and support the women in your life, because our strength comes in numbers, not doing things by ourselves, okay? It's about collaboration over competition. Bye, everyone.